So on this very miserable day outside, Sunday, yesterday was a great day, beautiful day, a little cool, but we did all our gardening and stuff. But can't do that today, so I'm out in the wood shop for a change because we want to build some birdhouses. I already built some. Excuse me. There's a birdhouse in that tree right there. So we're going to build a few more, and Josh can put them together. But I thought since we spent the majority yesterday cleaning the garage and putting everything away, that I give you just a very, very quick overview of my garage, at least my workshop area. I got a whiteboard decades ago, probably from Laidlaw, when we were cleaning up. So you can even see how old these plans are, because that was my original plan for those boxes right there. I was trying to figure out all the pieces I needed. I said that's way too complicated, so I just went with half-inch plywood. Yeah, it's still a little messy. I mean, I got my wires hanging down there and my little storage units and blah, blah, blah. I was making these for my dad when I was 5 or 6 in Cub Scouts, for all his odds and sods, and I still continue that tradition to today. That's the so I'll just take this thing up for a sec. This is the little tiny bandsaw I got from my stepbrother-in-law Dave. He was selling it in the garage sale, so I picked that up. This is something that my Uncle George donated to the Dave Needs Something to Cut Wood Foundation. It's a radial arm saw that I always used to use in his garage, and he gave it to me. So, yes, it's not a brand new sliding compound miter saw, but it is the backbone of my entire workbench. I actually designed the entire workbench around that radial arm saw. It's right in the middle. It can come out, but it'll take a little bit of work because it's built in now to the entire thing. This is the table saw that my Uncle George gave me, again, to the Dave Needs to Cut Wood Foundation. So I had to find a place to tuck it in, so I built the workbench so it can accommodate tucking in the table saw right down there. I got a compressor that I picked up, planer that I picked up. This was my idea for centralized vacuum system. It didn't work too good, but it's still there, and I still plug everything into it. My little odds and sods are in there. But the one thing I did want to notice is that my garage is only 14 feet deep from there to the door, and 10 feet wide, so the house still stuff's behind me. But I need to, since the radial arm saw is right in the middle, I need to clear the door. So you can see this fence that came with the radial arm saw is on the inside of that door. So if I'm cutting big pieces of 8-foot wood, put a little spacer here to get the wood away from the fence, and then so the wood stays parallel out the door. And again, this is even right from Uncle George's radial arm saw. It's the stop from when I cut multiple pieces. I would show you what I'm cutting, but I think this is going to be too hard for me to hold the phone and cut wood. So, but I thought you've seen my Lego room enough. I worked on this 2 years ago. I put all my tools up on the wall. I'm missing a hammer. This keeps them more organized. There's lots of plans all over the internet for how to hold wrenches and pliers and stuff. My holding for all my clamps up there, and clamps down there, my big bar clamps. I don't know why I still have this. This is a vise that came on one of my drill presses years ago, again from Uncle George. I still have it just in case I need it to put on this drill press. Hand saws, the lettering set that I got from my very good dear friend Bill, and stuff behind there. My mask and face shields for when I'm using my lathe, which is again stored under there when I'm not using it. This is the power for the lathe. I just plug it in. This is right underneath here. You can see 2 little bolts. It's a half horsepower motor that actually drives the lathe. So I got rid of the stand that the lathe came on, and I'm going to drop the lathe right on here, and it's connected up to the spindles underneath, which works perfectly fine because when I'm not using the lathe, it takes up a lot of room. What else is there? Probably not much. I got a bunch of wood in the corner that for future projects. But so we made that years ago. I don't know if I did that on this thing or if I did that on, we had one of those, I forget what they're called now. My buddy Joe would tell me. It was like a jigsaw, except the stationary one. Coping saw, whatever. um, that's about it. So that's my garage, my woodworking area. Anyway, this bench is usually covered in everything else besides woodworking stuff. It's a good storage shelf, but we're trying to keep it clean so we can access it better. So, everything's kind of in a spot around the garage. This is covered up because I'm going to make a lot of dust in the near future. Those are pillows and cushions for our benches out back on the back deck. And I want to get them dusty. So I built this thing just to store my 300-foot hose here. I built that using that bandsaw. I made a little circular cut jig. So I made the 2 circles. In the middle of this is a coffee tin, one of those big, huge Folgers coffee tins. And so it works very well. And you just plug in the end to the compressor at the bottom there. And then you can just unroll it to however long you want. That worked well. What else? Not much. Anyway, that's my wood shop. And I'm going to go to work now. Maybe I'll take a picture or video when I'm done. Hope everybody's doing well in this time of social isolating. I'm in the garage, so I'm a happy guy. And you guys all take care. Bye.